Voting laws and voting rights are part of a national discussion in America right now. 43 states are considering changes to their current laws, and changes that are now law in Georgia have proven extremely controversial. At the same time, a sweeping election reform bill that has already passed in the U.S. House is now facing strong Republican opposition in the Senate. Democrats say it will protect and expand voting rights. Republicans say it's a power grab that will federalize elections. With that backdrop, reporter Jason Doyle examines what election proposals Oklahoma lawmakers are considering during the first session of the 58th legislature.
Don't expect sweeping changes to how we vote in the Sooner State to come from the Oklahoma legislature this session.
We are very fortunate in Oklahoma. We don't really have election issues. I don't hear about a lot of problems with our statewide elections or our local elections, and I think that's a credit to our state election board secretary, state election board, and also our local county election board secretaries.
Senator Darcy Yak is the author of 4 proposals to tweak election laws. One of them would change the deadline to request an absentee ballot. Senate Bill 714 moves back the deadline from a week prior to an election.
This moves that date forward to 15 days, or the third Monday preceding the election, 15 days. And that's a request from the U.S. Postal Service just to assure that they get my request in time and they can get my request, process it, and get me the absentee ballot timely.
One of the reasons for rejections was that those ballots came in late. So yes, giving voters more time to act on their absentee ballot is a positive thing.
Electioneering, or campaigning near a polling place, is already illegal in Oklahoma. It just hasn't been defined in law. Senate Bill 715 does just that.
Sometimes you get into these things where we think we know what something means, and we find out, oh, there's a new way of doing this, and we didn't anticipate that. And so probably having a firm definition of what electioneering is very helpful.
Traditionally, Oklahoma law prohibited electioneering from taking place 300 feet away from a polling booth. Yak's bill would move that restriction further back.
With these last elections, we had some really long lines, so this would extend that 300 feet. It would begin with the end of the line. So if the line, maybe goes 2 blocks away, that 300 feet where electioneering is prohibited would start at that point and go 300 feet from there.
While things might not drastically change for Oklahoma elections, close attention is being paid to H.R. 1, the For the People Act of 2021, which is currently awaiting a hearing in the U.S. Senate.
We don't have any really reason to change our election laws very much or to allow the federal government to take over the way we're doing things now. It seems to be working. The people who need to register have ways to do that. We haven't found there to be any problems. So as far as the federal government controlling our elections, I don't really see any need for that to happen in Oklahoma.
Yak has proposed Senate Bill 710, which would make Oklahoma a member of the Electronic Registration Information Center.
Those are centers that some states choose to be a part of those organizations, and they just allow states that are members of those organizations to cross-check just to make sure that we've got accurate addresses.
It would help the effort to keep Oklahoma's voter rolls accurate.
It's used by 36 states. It would help clean up the voter rolls with being able to access death certificates, motor vehicle databases, voter registration systems.
Jan Largent is the president of the League of Women Voters of Oklahoma.
We like it and feel that it would strengthen our voting systems here in Oklahoma and really make less work for the election boards.
She also feels Yak's Senate Bill 712, which allows election boards to use electronic poll books instead of those massive paper registries, is a move in the positive direction. The electronic upgrade will help get voters to the right precinct on Election Day.
Last year, we got some feedback from voters that they went to the wrong place and that poll location was not able to give them their correct polling place.
If I do show up at the wrong precinct, that will tell me the proper place for me to go vote, so it should improve the accuracy and efficiency. And this is something that's already being done, I think, in our region in Texas and Missouri and New Mexico. So there are over 30 states in the United States that are already doing this.
Yak adds the electronic poll books allow for another layer of accuracy and accountability.
There is a backup, so if for some reason this new system does not work, there'll still be a backup just to assure that we still have that accuracy going forward.
Something we've heard over and over again. We want to get accuracy and efficiency and accountability. And those two pieces of legislation seems like that brings those two tenets into play.
Very, very much part of, the governor's big push to modernize in the state government. I think these would fall within that category of trying to update that, use technology more to make things work a little bit better, a little bit faster. Our election process has been pretty much recognized as one of the most effective and efficient in the country. And so any reforms you're going to see are mainly going to be kind of on the margins.
Jason Doyle, the Oklahoma News Report.